Alright, I look like an absolute crazy person in that thumbnail, but such is life, I guess. We got our new backdrop. This is actually a living wall that I made by myself. It's gonna hopefully get lusher. It's a little. It's actually it doesn't come out in video as well as I'd like to do. So we're gonna work on that, but it does dampen the noise for me and other people in the office. So I'm gonna water it tomorrow and see what happens. Um, boy, oh boy, what a crazy week! Got my ass shot down for a sales automation pitch. Got great feedback, and I'm like, what's the term here? Let's see if I can lower this guy a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Um, distracted. That's the word of 2018. I was all over the idea maze. I tested a bunch of ideas, dozens of ideas, and found the ones. Well, now I know which ones work, which ones won't, or which ones aren't worth it, and which ones could work, but I just don't have the um, interest in making them my life's mission for the next 8 years. I got this process, a jet engine marketing process. I have a theory I've developed. I enjoy writing about it. I enjoy talking about it. I love teaching people best practices so they can more quickly iterate and develop working marketing systems. Um, I love video. I love video marketing, video advertisement, and I'm combining all those things. I don't like so much the service side of it. You know, I like consulting, but I don't love it. And why don't I love it? Because it's very hands-on. It's good for cash flow, but it's not something that's going to build wealth. And me personally, what do we got here? Um, excuse me. I have other businesses I want to launch, and I would rather be able to do it all on my own. Oops, I don't like the idea of like complete of client services. It's a tough business. You really have to um you 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 there's just something you got to have that I don't have to love it. I could put up with it, but I don't love it. I do love processes, systematizing, scale, and that is perfectly suited for software. Um, so I'm writing my first software, paying it for it to get developed. Very excited. It's gonna be a marketing dashboard, and I'm going to launch my training program next year. Um, Very excited about that. I know what I want to do. It's going to help a lot of people, I think. It's going to bolster my revenues and perfectly segue into and support the software. Um, and then, I think I would rather be a marketplace. I'd rather be a marketplace for other service providers, but you really have to be great at one thing, and if you really be great at writing software and providing services and consulting? I don't know. I do know that there is, there's this huge need for demand for B2B marketing automation. Oracle, Salesforce, SAP, Marketo, Acton, these are my future partners, maybe. I want to integrate with all of them. Um, None of them handle video well, though. They don't even know how to deal with video. And so there's that. On the other side of it, I'm really good at um, executing marketing campaigns. I'm not really good at communicating the need and the direction of marketing campaigns. And even in a setting where I'm highly valued, I'm questioned constantly about why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. And, the question might be, okay, do it for yourself, or do it for others but communicate it better. And I don't know if the world is ready. And I think this is true of all marketing agencies. They could do better work, but clients are not comfortable with some of these crazier ideas. And so they want what works, and they want it fast. And it's going to be a lot easier to deliver value quickly through software where all the magic sauce and the secret ingredients and all the wizardry is kept behind the scenes. You don't see it, you just get your results. And no one needs to know how we do it, they just need to know that we do it. And because we won't charge as much as an agency would, we then could get away with, I think, um, some of that maybe perceived recklessness, you know? So, very excited, I think. I'm also extremely exhausted. I'm single handedly managing a large consulting contract, an e store customer acquisition system, which is really, I love this guy and I love learning, but God dang, it's tough business. E commerce is tough. And we're doing okay. We're not doing great. You know what I mean? On one end, my ads are good, but they're not great. I'm looking at like 15 cents per click on Facebook. At, what are we? Up to 7% click through rate. On the e-store, so that's off of Facebook, and then the landing pages are converting around 8%, which isn't great. I mean, that's over double average, but that's not fantastic. And then the weird thing though is that both the landing page, that's just a standalone landing page that redirects to the e-store, that's 8%, but the pop-up on the e-store itself is also 8% with my new copy. So I nixed the landing page because I had all these people who didn't sign up not going to the e-store, whereas on the pop-up, which this app charges $80 a month, I can't believe it, just to sync with your mailing list, your MailChimp account. Um, they, I'm looking at the chalkboard. Um, they are they convert 8%, and then the rest who don't at least still go to the e-store, which is good in theory. The e-store itself is converting at 1.07% from a 7% add to cart down to 1% buying, and that's driving me crazy. So I want to cut the I want to cut the cost per click by 50%, and I want to double the total conversion rate. If I could do those two things, we have a real business on our hand. Um, so I'm testing new ads to double, and I'm really honing in. Now I'm just targeting men because they're like 80 something percent, seven upper 70s. I think eight over 80% of my clicks are from men. So one of the ways to get a lower cost per click is to get a higher click through rate, and the more people you ignore, the in theory, I believe, the more people you ignore, the more closely those that remain will listen to you. So, see ya, women. Sorry. Um, that's one thing. And then testing some new ad variations. It's a small group of buyers I'm looking at, 230,000 people. Um, getting a double the purchase rate. That's the tricky part. So I added some urgency features on the e-store, including a countdown timer in the shopping cart itself, so that once they open the once they add it to the cart and then they reach checkout, they also get it. And then tomorrow is a big email day. I'm writing a bunch of emails. And then I got another customer that it's supposed to be a whole different ball game, but they needed help with their e-store. I'm like, I'd be happy to help. How can I say no to somebody? And so um this one is like a well-known brand. Celebrity has a company. We're helping them with their e-store um, as part of a smaller, um, I guess I could say it. It's Chassis Media. It's Adam Carolla's um, video production agency that's automotive based. We're doing video ads for them next year for their clients. But in the meantime, they need help with their image and stuff, which will help, a new website, new e-store, and all this stuff. And I'm happy to help. Oh, interesting thing about this e-commerce, this other e-commerce. I guess we're getting into e-commerce a little bit. 70% is coming from Instagram. I think that's amazing. Um, oh, that's one thing I forgot to check is what percentage of my clicks from. So I found this huge group of buyers, 2 million plus for Adam Carolla's documentaries, um, and I got them really engaged and a really low cost per click. Huge CTRs. I mean, even here I'm getting 7%, so it's good. We're getting the same 8, 7 something. So I can get the traffic off of Facebook well, but converting that into sales when there's only a 1% buy rate is the hard part. You have to get people into an email list first and then send them to the sales page. And that middle piece is the tricky part because you have to give them something they want that also connects with the things you're selling so that your follow-up emails aren't off, totally out of left field. Um, excuse me. And so for them, I'm almost there. I haven't been able to get any direct leads though. It's driving me crazy. Tons of clicks. And only on the social feed, Facebook and Instagram feed. No audience network, no messenger, no stories and the like. Just on Instagram feed, the feed and Facebook feed. So that's good. Just need to build their email list so I can sell against it. Once you get the email, it's all about getting the email. So I think I'll tinker with that. I'm gonna figure it out. These problems don't elude me forever. I slam my brain against them until I brute force it. So that's interesting. And then next year we can do the good work. We're gonna build them a new website and that highlights their production capabilities, and then we're going to help sell their production services, which was the original pitch, in exchange for being co-selling our video ad services alongside theirs. And that's the plan. So I got into all this other shit this year because opportunities came across my desk. There's still this company I'm looking at buying, and I'm like, is it a good idea? I would get revenues, but distraction, but revenues, but distraction. And I'm like, who am I? Who is Jet Engine Marketing? What are we doing? And I think at the end of the day, I want to be in the B2B in the B2B marketing automation space. Better than that, I think I want to be in the B2B video marketing automation space. think that's as niche as I could think of from this perspective. I want to finish my book, for the love of God. This thing is, version 1 is riddled with, this is a manual, this isn't, it's like a field manual. It's just a checklist and templates. Riddled with typos. I gotta go fix that this winter break. But it's good, it's like conversion marketing checklists and finding high intent audiences, marketing technology stack, producing social media shows, building social communities, creating prospect lists, setting up SEO blog, choosing tech vendors, integrating marketing technology. And so these are all the things a modern marketing team has to do. And you're going to have to build a marketing technology stack, and you're going to have to answer all these questions. But it needs to be better. And I think each of these things needs to be a training module, a longer training module, because, you know, I start with part 1 is theory, so the first half of the book, if you will, is theory, and then the rest is practical implications. So, like, let me be a little grandiose here. The new role of marketing, some would say the goal of marketing has always been to generate new customers and bring back existing customers for new business. But in the era of legacy media, it was impossible to know exactly when your marketing was seen and really took to heart. And so marketing roles have classically always been to shut up and help the salespeople, so to speak. But now digital media being so prevalent and marketing technology exploding like it has given the power to marketers. What? Exactly. So this first sentence is have to. So, but now in digital media being so prevalent, marketing technology has exploded in proliferation and power, sending the most seasoned brands into a thick cloud of marketing options and data through which they can't see. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy editing this thing. It's a lot of good stuff because it's like the new role of marketing is so complicated and no one knows what to do. Um, it's and the thing is, once you understand conversion marketing principles, it's not about like, hey, here's a new idea for marketing. It's like, hey, there's a bunch of new ideas. We're gonna test them all, and this is the winner. And then better yet, we took the winner and we did another multivariant test, and this is precisely the phrasing that our customers like the most. Or this is precisely our customer base and who they are and what they like and what their value propositions they respond to. Oh yeah, and here are our exact value propositions as measured by data. And oh, you have a new product launch? Well, here's the imagery that resonates the most. Here's the coloring that resonates the most. Here's the positioning that we should take in the market. That's a really powerful one. Is what's our positioning? Are we a product? Are we a service? Are we a solution? Are we a platform? Well, you could test these words to your audiences and find the word that resonates most with the highest CTR rate, and you get the truth of the matter. So that's really interesting. And so I want to automate that process for people via software. It's I can do it faster than anyone else can. I can teach people how to do it, but in the end, they're going to either have to hire me or if they want it done for them, which is great, but I'm only one person, or I can put all my knowledge and all my learnings from all my clients into a software suite and let everyone get access to that. And that's clearly going to make the most impact. And that's what I should do. It's like you can be the market leader by leading the way, or you can be the market leader by empowering everyone and lifting them all up. And, if I was contemplating starting an ad agency. And I had a couple potential clients that might want to hire me. And I'm not against starting a strategy agency that helps you, you know, arrange your vendors better. But doing all the work myself is that's like a big shift. I mean myself, in house. Um, and so like I was thinking, wow, what if I start this agency, and we show the marketing industry that there's a better way to do marketing? Okay, then what's everyone else gonna do? Maybe then they use our software. Then we launch software. Do we do everything? Maybe I still want to do everything. I don't know. You know, I think I want to be a SaaS plus company, software and services, where we'll do consulting on specific projects while um, really focusing on SaaS for everybody. I want to have something not affordable, but so high margin for us that we can implement it and operate it for you for practically free. That would be cool. It's like, hey, here's our software. Okay, great. Do you want us to run it for you? Uh, sure. How much does that cost? Oh, it's in the price. Nothing. Like, what? That'd be really cool. That'd be insane. Or some nominal extra fee, you know? Or maybe if the fee itself is, hmm, maybe I could do, you know, no, I should probably charge for services. You can't lose money on a service. You gotta at least cover your costs. I'm too generous, but maybe we can offer both. And that's the problem. Right now, you go to Salesforce, and I'm having this problem right now, and everyone has this problem in the industry. They charge you an arm and a leg, and then you have to hire a third party. You have to find a third party, non-affiliated or official vendor. In their got their certification, if you will, and then they have to come in and set up your Salesforce, and then them or another vendor has to stay on around to help you run the damn thing and continuously optimize it and plan campaigns. It's like a whole way of thinking, and it's not intuitive at all. It's very complicated. I want to bring a level of simplicity and intuitiveness to B2B marketing automation. And I want to integrate with everybody, and I want to do a better job for video marketing. If you got Salesforce, I don't want you to have to get rid of your Salesforce instance just to use our stuff. I want to be there if you want to get into video marketing, which is the future. And then we can integrate with your Salesforce, your Pardot, your Oracle, whatever it is, um, and get what you need out of it. The crazy thing too is this proliferation of SaaS features, and so to increase your price point every month to hit your sales goals every year, excuse me, software as a service companies often come out with new feature sets to create perceived value increase and justify higher price points so they can, keep growing. And a lot of those extra features aren't core features, they're not used, they complicate matters. And then when you have all these features, you already have all these technologies you're using and they all have new features. Well, those new features don't integrate with each other across technologies. And then when you have you're looking at new technology and new potential marketing integration, marketing stacks to integrate, they all have all these crazy features, and every quarter there's new features, new features. But I've found that the customer journey is not that complex. It's much more simple. So I want to automate the shit out of that. All right, folks. Thank you for listening. See you next time. How do I do this?